Welcome back to our Finance and Economics Masterclass. In our last module, we explored capital budgeting and learned how individual businesses evaluate and greenlight massive, long-term investments. But as we hinted, companies do not operate in a vacuum. A business can have a flawless strategy and brilliant capital allocations, yet still suffer if the broader economy takes a downturn. To understand the giant, invisible forces that dictate the business environment, we have to look at macroeconomics. While microeconomics focuses on how individual consumers and businesses make decisions, macroeconomics zooms out to study the entire economy as a whole. It looks at the big picture on a national and global scale. If you want to understand why prices are rising, why jobs are scarce, or why interest rates fluctuate, macroeconomics has the answers. To measure the health of an entire country's economy, economists track three major pillars: gross domestic product, inflation, and unemployment. The first major pillar is gross domestic product, commonly known as GDP. GDP is the total monetary value of all finished goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific time period, usually a year. Think of it as the ultimate economic scorecard. When GDP is growing, businesses are expanding, consumer spending is up, and the economy is healthy. If GDP shrinks for 2 consecutive quarters, the economy officially enters a recession, signals weaken, and businesses often pull back on spending. The second pillar is inflation, which we defined early in our masterclass as the gradual increase in prices over time. In macroeconomics, tracking inflation is critical because it tells us how fast consumers are losing their purchasing power. Central banks around the world aim for a healthy, predictable inflation rate of around 2% per year. If inflation gets too high, it sparks hyperinflation, making basic survival unaffordable. If it drops below zero, it becomes deflation, which can cause consumers to stop spending entirely as they wait for lower prices, grinding the economy to a halt. The third pillar is unemployment, which measures the percentage of the labor force that is actively looking for work but cannot find a job. High unemployment means the economy is underutilizing its human capital, leading to lower consumer spending and reduced GDP growth. To manage these three pillars and keep the economy stable, authorities use two primary types of economic levers: fiscal policy and monetary policy. Fiscal policy is managed by the government. It involves adjusting tax rates and government spending to influence the economy. During a recession, a government might lower taxes or increase spending on infrastructure to inject money directly into the ecosystem and stimulate growth. Monetary policy, on the other hand, is controlled by a nation's central bank, like the Federal Reserve. Central banks manage the money supply and manipulate interest rates. If the economy is overheating and inflation is soaring, the central bank will raise interest rates. This makes borrowing money expensive, which slows down consumer spending and corporate capital budgeting, ultimately cooling off inflation. Understanding how macroeconomics shifts interest rates and drives market cycles is absolutely essential for long-term investing. It directly influences how large institutions invest, with an increasing focus on sustainable global development. That brings us to our next major topic. In our upcoming video, we are exploring how environmental, social, and corporate governance factors reshape modern global wealth in our module on ESG. See you in the next session.
Disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and is not legal, compliance, or financial advice. Please consult a qualified professional before making any financial decisions.